Bitcoin just reset. It's actually extremely bullish what's happening right now, in my opinion. It's really good for the long term of Bitcoin. And we have significant news today. Regulatory news, we have Bitcoin price news, we have some indication on what's going to happen in the future. We also have big outflows from the Bitcoin ETFs. So let's talk about that. If you don't mind, hit subscribe so you can see future videos just like this. Also, if you want to trade crypto, there is a link in the video. You can check out BYDefi. You can get set up in just a few minutes. You can start trading. You can trade Bitcoin, you can trade XRP, you can actually trade crypto with crypto using CoinM. And right now, when you sign up, you can get up to $10,000 in XRP just for trading. So we have a little bit of a trading competition going on. And whenever you sign up using my link, you can get in future competitions just like that too. It's not even a competition because you don't have to beat anyone. It's just dependent on how much you trade. So check that out underneath the video. We do have some sign up bonuses right now as well for BYDefi. Now, Bitcoin has fallen down a decent amount, right? We're sitting at 113,100. People are panicky. Yet, this is actually pretty bullish when you look at what's happening on RSI. So, RSI, the relative strength index, shows when Bitcoin's oversold or overbought. We had gone into overbought territory, to be clear. We went all the way up to the high 70s on RSI, 76, 77, and that indicates that it is overbought. So we had really strong momentum. We went from, 98,000 up to 123. Like a 25% move within just a few weeks. So RSI spiked. And when it's overbought, that typically indicates that there could be a sell-off. We've seen that in the past with 75 to 85 RSIs. We do get a sell-off afterwards. And sometimes we pump back up. You can see here, for example, Bitcoin went up to 106,000, then went down to 90, then went back up to even a little bit more, went up to like 109,000 or so. And RSI was actually much lower, went from 85 to then 60 or so the next time we pumped up, 65. So RSI indicates when we're overbought, oversold, right? Right now, we went from 75 all the way down to where we're at right now, which is 41. Now, that is about the same level that we were at when we went down to $98,000 Bitcoin, and that was just a month and a week ago. So we have totally reset on RSI. We are fairly close actually to the oversold level, which is 30. If we fell down to probably 110 or so, we would be in oversold territory, which we have not had since we were at $80,000 Bitcoin, $78,000 Bitcoin. So be ready. What we've seen the past two is flipping resistance into support, which would be anywhere between 108,000 to 112,000. I would count any of that as flipping the prior resistance into support and then moving up. And right now we have stayed above that $112,000 level, but I'd keep an eye on that. Right? If we get into oversold territory, that would be an indication that we are most likely going to head up at some point in the near future. Of course, that's assuming we don't go into another bear market, right? That's always the one thing that you have to pay attention to, because we could go into oversold for a while if we go into a bear market, but I don't think we're there yet. Eric Trump saying, let me say it again, buy the dips on Bitcoin and Ethereum. Yesterday, the ETFs did not buy the dips. You can actually see BTCC sold 67 million, Grayscale Mini 34 million, ARKB with a record outflow day, $328 million out, FBTC with $331 million out. We even saw an outflow from IBIT, just $3 million, just 25 Bitcoin, but still, that's significant for them. They usually don't have any outflows. So overall, the total outflows were over $800 million. That mixed with liquidations is what caused the market to go down, to be clear. Like that alone is enough to cause the market to go down $5,000, $6,000, $7,000. $1 billion worth of liquidations, and that's just what we can see. We've heard from exchange CEOs before that when we see $1 billion, it's actually a lot more than that. So yeah, that's enough to cause us to fall down. ETFs also saw outflows. It's not just Bitcoin. The RSI has reset. Like I said, the last time Bitcoin was this oversold, it rallied 25% in just 20 days. So Bitcoin could reach $140,000 if it did something similar. This is really fascinating. Caroline D. Pham, which is the CFTC acting chairman, just made a post. Today, I announced that the CFTC will start a crypto sprint to work closely with SEC Paul Atkins and Hester Pierce to achieve SEC government's Project Crypto and deliver on President Trump's promise of a golden age of crypto. America's back. Earlier this week, we talked about how Paul Atkins basically said, how high should I jump, after Trump said that they want to be the number one crypto, right? They had that working group that put out the report saying that they need clear regulation from the SEC and from the CFTC, and that they want them to work together. And then the very next day, Paul Atkins said, hey, we're setting up Project Crypto. We want to move more things on chain. We want to tokenize more. We want more on the blockchain. Hester Pierce, 1 or 2 days later, saying, hey, we're working with them. We're ready to work closely with the SEC. So it seems like everyone's coming together right now. I know the price of Bitcoin is down a bit right now, but do you really want to fight against all this bullish news? You can see some of the baby stuff there. Do you really want to fight against all this bullish news happening at one time within the government? I mean, the president of the U.S. is buying billions of dollars of crypto. We have the SEC, the CFTC working together to tokenize everything. And of course, I'm recording and I finish and I look back and half the video has no audio. So what I'm saying here is the CFTC, the FTC, the SEC is trying to bring more crypto on chain, right? That's extremely bullish. They turn from probably the hardest competitors to crypto, or like the thing holding crypto back, to now the tailwind, right? We also have the president of the US literally buying crypto, bull posting about crypto all the time. This is like one of the things that he's focusing on. So do you really want to fight that at the same time that we're oversold, at the same time that we just saw the best earnings, the best big tech earnings maybe ever, and we're still falling down because of a handful of different stuff, which we've talked about, from jobs report, Fed, tariffs, like a lot of short-term things that are causing the market to fall down. I don't know. I'm pretty bullish on this market long term, even medium term. I'm extremely bullish. Of course, I don't know what's going to happen short term. I do think, though, with us between us being oversold, or close to oversold, I should say, and then also at prior resistance, I do have, prior resistance possibly flipping into support. I do have some long positions that are extremely aggressive. I've had some people ask me about that. When we get down to these prior levels, prior resistance levels that I think we could bounce off of, sometimes I do get more aggressive, where I will place very aggressive long positions, and I layer them. So if I do get liquidated, I have another one that opens, and I do this over and over, and then eventually we catch a bounce. So I did get liquidated just the other day, and I had another long position set, and this is an amount that I'm comfortable getting liquidated on. I totally understand that there's extra risk, because I do have the majority of my crypto in spot. Then from there, I have a lot of the levered positions, most of the levered positions in 2 to 4x. And then I have 1 or 2 higher risk, higher reward, high leverage plays. The low leverage plays are just bangers, because if you're wrong, it doesn't matter right away, right? Unless we go into the next bear market, or you buy at the exact top. It's not really that important, like when exactly you buy. That sounds crazy, but let's say you open up a 3x leverage position right now, and we were at 123, we're at 110 now. We would have to go down $36,000, I believe, for you to get liquidated. Even more than that, $37,000. which we don't really see pullbacks that big. We haven't seen pullbacks that big since we're already down 10% from all-time highs. We have not seen like a 40+% pullback on Bitcoin. Of course, we do on alt sometimes, which is why the majority of my lever positions are Bitcoin. But yeah, this is where, you know, you can always add a little bit more leverage to if you want to, but you can be wrong for weeks and then we reverse up to new all-time highs and you make money, especially if we're down 10%. Right, we're down 10% right now. You do 3x levered position, and we go up to, you know, just to reach the all-time high. Even if we don't go past it, that's a 30% gain. That's not bad. But of course, do your own due diligence. Let me know your thoughts on all this underneath the video. I really do appreciate it. Things are looking up. Things are looking up. Even though we're falling down, like I wouldn't be freaked out, right? If you are freaked out, you're probably over levered or you have too much exposure in the crypto market. Let me know your thoughts. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'll see y'all soon. Bye. Oh, by the way, check out BYDFi if you want those deals underneath the video. Of course, we can always fall further, right? I'm not saying that we won't, but I'm not getting shaken out. I'm not fearful right now. There's also links to BTCC, BitUniX, and Weeks. They all have deposit events and trading events right now too. Great time to get free money in crypto. Thank you so much. We'll see you all soon. Check out the Telegram too if you want exclusive access to videos. I should have mentioned that at the beginning, but it's completely free. I've been posting extra videos in there.